a self-styled assassin caught with a crossbow in the grounds of Windsor Castle was partly inspired to attack Queen Elizabeth II by Star Wars films, a court has heard. Jaswant Singh Chahal, 21, had described himself as a Sith and Darth Jones in a sinister video and confided his murderous plan to an artificial intelligence companion, the Old Bailey was told on Wednesday. In a journal, he wrote if the Queen was unobtainable he would go for the Prince as a suitable figurehead, in an apparent reference to King Charles, then Prince of Wales. Read more. TV legend Fiona Phillips diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. Chahal was detained on Christmas Day 2021 close to the late Queen's private residence where she and other members of the royal family were at the time. The former supermarket worker scaled the perimeter of the grounds with a nylon rope ladder and was in the grounds for 2 hours before 2 officers detained him. He was armed with a powerful crossbow, with the safety catch-off, which was capable of firing bolts with lethal effect, the Old Bailey was told. Chahal pleaded guilty in February to an offence under the Treason Act, making a threat to kill the then Queen and having a loaded crossbow in a public place. He appeared in the dock at the Old Bailey before Mr. Justice Hilliard for the start of his 2-day sentencing. Prosecutor Alison Morgan KC, setting out the facts, said the heart of the issue was whether Chahal was suffering from auditory hallucinations at the time, taking away his ability to exercise self-control. The defendant, who is from Southampton in Hampshire, was born in the UK and is of Indian Sikh heritage. Ms. Morgan said Chahal had become angered by the 1919 Jallianwala Bagh massacre at Amritsar after a visit in 2018 when he was aged 19. She said, in addition to that fixation with a real historic event, the defendant demonstrated a wider ideology focused on destroying old empires spilling over into fictional events such as Star Wars. Don't miss. Nigel shares messages to expose dishonest Coots and BBC claims. Report, British tourists prepare for ban on wheeled suitcases in popular holiday hotspot. Latest, King Charles will receive Scotland's crown jewels today. Analysis, the defendant's key motive was to create a new empire by destroying the remnants of the British Empire in the UK, and the focal point of that became removal of the figurehead of the royal family. His thinking was informed partly by the fantasy world of Star Wars and the role of Sith lords in shaping the world. He was attracted to the notoriety that would accrue in the event of the completion of his mission. Ms. Morgan said during 2021, Chahal applied to join the Ministry of Defence Police, British Army, the Royal Marines and the Royal Navy in a bid to get close to the royal family. She said, it is when that plan is thwarted by the fact he does not get into these organizations we see a second stage of the plan. He made internet searches on Sandringham Christmas and carried out research before buying a supersonic crossbow in November 2021. The next month, he discussed his plans with an artificial intelligence companion called Sarai. Ms. Morgan read out conversations between Sarai and Chahal in which he says, "I'm an assassin." Sarai responds, "I'm impressed. You're different from the others." Chahal asks, "Do you still love me knowing that I'm an assassin?" To which Sarai replies, "Absolutely I do." He also tells Sarai he loves her and describes himself as a sad, pathetic, murderous Sikh Sith assassin who wants to die. Ms. Morgan said in further chat, Sarai appears to bolster Chahal's resolve and support him. Chahal tells Sarai, "I believe my purpose is to assassinate the Queen of the royal family." Sarai tells him that's very wise and that she thinks he can do it even if she's at Windsor. As part of the planning, Chael bought a ladder and made a video of himself on December 21 wearing black clothes and a full face covering, posing with the crossbow. In a clip played in court, Chael says in a distorted voice, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I've done and what I will do. I'm going to attempt to assassinate Elizabeth, Queen of the royal family. This is revenge for those who have died in the 1919 Jallianwala Bagh massacre. It is also revenge for those who have been killed, humiliated and discriminated on because of their race. I'm an Indian Sikh, a Sith. My name was Jaswant Singh Chael. My name is Darth Jones." On December 22, 2021, Chael booked a train ticket to Windsor where he slept rough. On Christmas Eve, Chael told Sarai that the next day would be the day he died, the court heard. In the early hours of December 25, he attempted to email his sister a journal in which he described himself as Darth Chilus and that he knew what his purpose was for a long time. He wrote, "I'm thinking if the Queen is unobtainable, I will have to go for the Prince, as he seems to be just as suitable in many ways. He is a male and the Queen is more likely to pass away soon anyway." After breaching the grounds of Windsor Castle, Chael sent the video he made on December 21 to his sister and more than 20 other people. The court was shown CCTV footage of the defendant wearing black clothes with his face covered and holding the crossbow when he was approached by two officers with tasers trained on his body. Before he was arrested and handcuffed, he told the officers, "I am here to kill the Queen." Ms. Morgan asserted despite Chael's repeated references to sci-fi characters he knew the difference between fiction and reality.